Hello everyone, this is Dr. S Patil. Today I am going to talk about future tense and its uses. What is past tense and what is present tense? Today I am going to talk about future tense and its uses. The learning objective at the end of this session, student will be able to understand the future tense and its correct uses in English grammar. The content will be covered what is future tense, types of future tense, simple future tense, structure and uses, future continuous tense, structure and its uses, future perfect tense, structure and its uses, future perfect progressive or future perfect continuous tense, its a structure and its a uses. Tenses of verb indicate two important things about the action concerned the time of action and the kind of action. Present, past, future, these are the time of action, whereas the kind of action includes single, repeated, continuous, completed or incomplete. Types of tenses, there are three types of tenses: past tense, present tense and future tense. These tenses can be categorized into four types. This is future tense. I pause my video for minutes. I hope you have given answer of what is future tense. Let us resume. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Albert Einstein said. Future tense refers to the time when the events are occurring. In future, it can be categorized as an articulation for an action that is in future in real life. For example, science fiction movie will be fantastic. Annie will be going to the library. Children will play football in the garden. Types of future tense. There are four main time tenses: simple future, future progressive or future continuous, future perfect progressive. Future tense structure. Simple future tense structures. The structure for simple future tense is subject plus shall or will plus first form of the verb plus object. Future continuous tense, subject plus shall or will be plus ing form of the verb plus object. Future perfect tense, subject plus shall or will plus have plus third form of the verb plus object. Future perfect continuous tense, subject plus shall or will plus have been plus ing form of the verb plus object. The simple future tense examples: I shall play, we will sing, a letter will be written by her, he will be brought by his father. In negative, I will not work. Interrogative, will I work? For future continuous tense examples: I shall be speaking, I shall be writing, he will be, you will be speaking, he will be speaking. In negative, I shall not be working. In interrogative, will I be working? Future perfect tense an example: I shall have spoken, you will have spoken, he will have just eaten food, I shall have just read the book. Negative, I shall not have worked. Interrogative, shall I have worked? Future perfect continuous tense example: you will have been speaking, he will have been speaking. Interrogative, will I have been working? The simple future tense uses. The first use is the simple future tense is a verb tense used to talk about something that is not happened yet or to make a predictions and forecast. For this year, Jane will read War and Peace. Simple future tense is used to ask about an action or condition that will begin and end in the future. For example, I shall have a shower every morning. The rubbish will be collected twice a week. The simple future tense used to announce future happenings and events that have already been planned or thought about. For example, he will meet you at the airport. Right then, I shall see you at the meeting tonight. The simple present tense is used for the event scheduled for the future. For example, when does our flight leave? The new law comes into operation next month. Instead, we are not using here simple future tense because simple present is also used for the events that scheduled for future. Uses of shall and will. Shall and will can represent the process of deciding or promising and can express determination or disinclination or refusal. For example, we will water your plants every day. I will buy newspaper and check the details. Will can be used in conveying orders. Exceptionally, shall is used with the second and third person. For example, you will report to us every 2 weeks. No student shall borrow more than 4 books at a time from library. Will can also express despair at someone's behavior. Will is stressed. For example, they will change their plans without informing anyone. Will can express what is probable, normal or typical. A good teacher will understand a child's problem. Will also expresses the idea of capacity or capability. The hall will hold 400 people. Will is used in guessing what is the case. For example, here's letter for you. Oh good. That will be from Mary. Will and shall are typically used for predictions or planned events. For example, I shall miss your company. You will enjoy the course. We shall leave at the end of the week. We use shall and will for yes or no questions, that is called as open questions. We also use shall and will in questions for WH type questions. Shall for deliberating. We use shall for deliberating in asking for instructions, making suggestions or wondering what to do. For example, shall I get tickets for both of us? Will is used for requesting. For example, will you stop making that dreadful noise? Future progressive tense. We can use the future progressive tense or future continuous tense to talk about the future actions in progress. For example, when you come out of school tomorrow, I will be boarding a plane. Try to call before 8 o'clock. After that, we will be watching the match. Future progressive tense or future continuous tense is used to talk about the future actions that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. For example, today we are taking the bus, but next week we will be taking the train. He will be staying with his parents for several months while his father is in recovery. For an action that has already been arranged to take place in the near future. Instead of using future progressive, we use present continuous tense. I am going to the cinema tonight. My uncle is arriving tomorrow. Future continuous tense is used for long-term activities in the future. For example, my uncle will be accompanying me on my travels. Future continuous tense is used for activities that will be ongoing at a certain point in the future. For example, get off the bus at the town hall. I will be waiting at the bus stop. Future progressive tense is used to say what is probably the case at present. For example, do phone your mother. She will be wondering where you are. Future progressive tense is frequently used in a slightly informal way for future events that are single acts or very temporary states rather than continuous or ongoing activities. We certainly won't be going back to the restaurant. Let us see future perfect tense and its uses. The future perfect tense is used for happening or actions that will probably be over by a particular time. Example, when you get this message, I shall have left for Britain. The future perfect tense can also be used for something that has probably already happened by the present time. For example, most people will have seen pictures of the disaster on television. In future perfect tense, we can use phrases like by or by the time and in or in a day's time or in 2 months time or in 5 years time, etc. to give the time period in which the action will be completed. For example, by the time we arrive the kids will have gone to bed. In 3 years time, I will have graduated from university. Future present tense is used for long-standing states or situations lasting through the present into the future. For example, it's their golden wedding. Next month, they will have been married for 50 years. We use the future perfect tense to talk about something that will be completed before a specific time in the future. For example, the guests are coming at 8 p.m. I will have finished cooking by then. The future perfect continuous tense and its uses. The future perfect continuous tense and its uses. The future perfect continuous tense is used for ongoing activities lasting through the present into the future. For example, by the autumn, I shall have been teaching for 45 years. But typically, the future perfect continuous is used for something that has probably been going on during the time up to and including the present. For example, I am afraid I addressed the parcel wrongly, so the postman will have been searching in vain for the address, not knowing it doesn't exist. The future perfect continuous is used for an action which began at some time in the future and will be still continuing. For example, they will have been building the bridge for several months. They will have been playing since 4 o'clock. Future perfect continuous tense is also sometimes used for an action already finished. In such cases, the continuity of the activity is emphasized as an explanation of something. For example, why will have been your clothes so wet? I will have been watering the garden. The future in the past. Future in the past. For indirect speech or thought, 4 aspects of future in the past, that is simple, would meet, continuous, would be, perfect, would have been met, would have been traveling. For habitual activities or typical situations in the past, we use future tense. These are the references you can refer for more understanding. I hope you understood what is future tense, types of future tense, structure for the uses of future tense. I hope you understood. Thank you very much.